morning. This is your friend Dane. This year I'm Alabama's ambassador for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation Rose Up campaign, and that initiative is to bring awareness to cystic fibrosis, the people that live with it, and the work that is being done to find a cure. So I thought I would let you into my morning routine so you can see what I do to remain healthy and active as a person living with cystic fibrosis. So first we're going to start our nebulized medicines, and then we're going to add on to the nebulized medicines a therapy called the vest. That's the machinery, and you'll see when we get to it what that does. So, but first we're going to start with albuterol. We're going to put it into a little cup, and then we're going to put it onto the nebulizer. So let me show you that. So I've uncapped the medicine, and I'm going to put it, there's Woodrow. I'm going to put it into the cup, just like that. Put the little top on the cup, and then get it ready, like that, into my mouth. Normally, I'm doing this without a camera in my hand. Put it like that. So we attach it, and then this machine here, turn that on, that forces air, and I breathe. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. Okay, so we've been going about 5 minutes on that. I'm going to put that on hold while I get into the vest. So let me take that off and leave this right there. All right, so this is the vest. And I'm going to put it on sort of like a life vest in several respects. Okay, so we got that on, pretty standard looking vest thing, right? And we clip it on. Okay, and then over here we've got these tubes in the machine. So that comes out and that gets plugged in right there. And this one comes out and it gets plugged in to the other one. Okay. All right, so we're all suited up. And then we're gonna go over here and turn on the machine to normal. This is the first round. I've got 2 rounds of 15. So we're gonna go down to 8 there and 10 there. Okay, that's 15 minutes. We start it, it's gonna inflate, right? And then we start. Okay, and we're just shaking. In 5 minutes, I'll come back and we're gonna up the ante while I get back on the sodium chloride. Okay, so we're about 5 minutes into the first 15, and I'm gonna up the scale of pressure. Ready? Hang on. All right. 5 more minutes, I'll be back. Okay, almost 5 minutes to get ready. One more up the game. Okay, so the sodium chloride is pretty much done. I'm going to turn that machine off. I've got about probably 45 seconds left on the first 15 minutes of my vest treatment. So I'm talking so you can hear how it rumbles and moves things around in the chest to loosen up the mucus that builds up in the lungs of, has potential to build up in the lungs of a CF person. So this helps move all that stuff around and helps us get that mucus out, which can ultimately grow dangerous bacteria and create infections in the lungs. So that's why it's important to do this, in addition to the nebulized medicines that you've seen. Okay, so that was 15 minutes. You saw it went off automatically. I do have to physically bump it up during the 15 minutes every 5 minutes from one setting to the next to increase the intensity. So I've been going for about 40 minutes at this point between the albuterol, the sodium chloride, and the 15-minute first vest treatment. I usually take a break right now, get up, move around a little bit, because remember, I did start this at 6:15, so it's almost 7 o'clock already in the morning before I get dressed, before I go to work. This is the start of the day. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. You won't know the difference. And then we'll do the final nebulized pulmozyme is that medicine, and then the final 15 minutes of the vest. All right, so stay right there. Okay, I am back. It is now 7:15, and we've been going about an hour. You've been coming back and forth, but I've been going an hour. Woodrow is still here, still by my side. All right, so this is the last 15 minutes. We're going to start with the last to be nebulized, which is the pulmozyme. Okay, and same process. It goes into the cup. That sound. And throw that away. All right, and we hook it back up to the nebulizer machine. And we get ready to start it, and we also get ready to do the last 15 minutes of the vest, right? So this part is a little more aggressive in the percussive quality of the vest. So it gets louder. It agitates my body a lot more. So in the first sections you've seen, I've been able to multitask a little bit by looking at maybe answering some emails, looking at some news, checking up on some social media kind of stuff. But at this point, it's almost hard to read sometimes because my eyes shake with my body. And so this 15 minutes is more just giving into that moment and not trying to make it more than what it's supposed to do. So I will turn the TV on. I'll turn it off when I come back to see you, just so I can keep up with whatever news they're talking about. And we'll go from there, okay? So start this. Okay, number 3, again. And then we're gonna go back over here. Like that, okay? So this one's, again, more aggressive, right? Go up to 18. And down to 6. Again, 15 minutes. Turn it on. Turn it on, inflates it, gets it ready to go. And then start. All right, and this gets it pumping. So you can already probably tell that it's moving me a little faster. Oh, you heard it? All right. I'll be back. Okay. We're about to up the ante. Ready? Taking it up. Okay. Here we are, and we're coming up on the last 5 minutes, which means we're going to ramp up one last point, right? Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. We're down to the last seconds. All right, here we go, ready? That's done. Now we'll turn it off while we sit out the last couple of seconds on the vest. All right. Here we go. And that's it. And quiet. So, just for you to get a snapshot with some really crappy film work, most likely, of the first hour and a half and a little change of my morning to get ready, prepare myself to be physically and also mentally prepared to accept whatever the day has to bring. So that was starting with the albuterol nebulizer, moving to the sodium chloride, and then adding in the vest, and then finishing up with the pulmozyme and the last 15 minutes of the vest. So I hope that this gives you a little insight into the daily experience of a person like me, with cystic fibrosis, living with cystic fibrosis. Certainly not every person with cystic fibrosis does this routine. I am not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I cannot prescribe. I cannot diagnose. I can only tell you what I do that has been prescribed by my doctors and my respiratory therapist. So that's all I can tell you. There are more steps to the daily process. So once I do all this stuff, then I'll get ready for the day to go to actual work, not personal physical work. And then I'll take my Trikafta, which is a huge game changer in the CF world, a medicine that I take in the morning and the evening. I'll take that along with various other medicines to keep me going. Make sure that my insulin, my glucose is doing okay. Those numbers, blood sugars are doing okay. And then I'll be off. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you think you want to help, then help. You can help by donating some money. You can help by getting involved in the policy advocacy. You can help by just showing your support and being there for for those of us. And also just giving your help regardless of what a person is going through, what you know they're going through, just remember to give some grace and realize that somebody went through a whole lot before they even got to see you today, before you even saw them, just like you've gone through a lot. So maybe keep that in your mind as you go about your day. You don't know what other folks are going through, and what wonderful, amazing, challenging things that they've had to prosper through to get to where they are now. All right. Rose up, CF.